Even better.
There you go. We are live, baby. Ooh, you feel that shake? That's the thunder right there. Xceleration Fitness podcast number 28.
My birthday, July 28th.
Yes, 28th. We are here with Jill Benedict, and Jill Benedict is a member here at Xceleration Fitness. She's on a mission that we're going to talk about. And in this episode, we're going to break down what it's like to start a fitness journey, to keep it going, and what it's like just being a badass like Jill Benedict.
And hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious. Let's get that out of the way first.
Ooh.
Snapchat handle, what is it?
We won't disclose that.
Okay.
Maybe at the end.
People need to follow your Snapchat because your Snapchat is hilarious.
I believe it's Jill Benedict 14.
Okay. I'll put that in the show notes. But what we're going to talk about today, guys, is Jill's journey with fitness. Get to know a little about your family life, where you're from, your journey, and all the cool shit that's going on in your life.
Okay. So, just a little background. I have been notorious for yo-yoing. I'm kind of like the modern day Oprah. But at one point, it was right on the eve of my 32nd birthday, I decided that I want to make a change. I was sick of being scared of things. Little things like I go to Disney World all the time. I was scared I would fit on rides because I was gaining so much weight in my stomach. I was starting to feel self-conscious when I get on airplanes. And then also, I was just having to buy bigger and bigger clothes. And I was at one point, I was like, enough's enough. You need to change. You need to change now. So one of my neighbors, David Swadish, who comes here quite a bit, he was always posting about this place. So I got really nosy. I clicked, I go, what is Xceleration? And it just looked like a good time. And it just, it seemed like a community, which is exactly what it ended up being. So I told my husband on the couch, I go, I'm going to go work out again. And it had been about, I think, over a year since I actually set foot in a gym. And he's like, when are you going? I'm like, tomorrow. So showed up, Precious Justin Moore at the front desk. So nice. I actually thought he owned the place when I got there. He knew everything. So he's getting me settled. And then I ended up doing one workout. I struggled. I thought I was going to quit 20 times, but I did it. And then I said, I'm signing up. No questions asked. So
no shit.
Yes. But then I got an email from Boudro. And it was about this 4-week ladies' night challenge. And I said, you know what? If I can do something for 4 weeks, that's going to prove that I'm serious and can do it in the long term. I also did a consultation with John. And he said, on a scale from 1 to 10, how serious are you? And that really was like, okay, this guy's no joke either. I have to really, focus on this. And then I signed up and I haven't looked back.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. So kind of what's it been like, kind of like, just getting back into that routine? Like, was it easy or was it hard? Can talk about that a little bit.
It was really hard because, like I said, I had not worked out in a while. I struggled through the workouts. Now, with that being said,
so you were going to work out for a full year?
I hadn't worked out for like a year. I used my dog as an excuse. We got a puppy, and I said I couldn't work out because I just kept making excuses. And finally, the excuses kept piling on the pounds, and then I was unhappy with myself, and I was starting to have a bad attitude, and it was a mess. And I was getting drunk all the time, and I was getting drunk and eating Taco Bell at 2 a.m. every night. That was part of it. I haven't drank since the celebration of the ladies' night, but other than that, since I started Excel, I think that one time. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Touching on that, John asked about the first 4 weeks and stuff, but just to give the audience a clear view of what's happened, you're down how many pounds right now?
35.
And you went a full year without working out. Now you're down 35 pounds.
Yep.
So just like John asked, what was that first 4 weeks like?
It was, like I said, it was struggle to get through the workouts, but here it's good for all fitness levels, so you don't feel intimidated when you come. I still felt like the trainers were helping me, giving me modifications if needed, anything to stay positive. The second thing is the kitchen. In the past, a lot of trainers have given me, it's like you'll ask somebody, what do you eat? And they just say, oh, chicken, vegetables, maybe some sweet potatoes. That's about it. And everyone knows that, I love food, and so this place has been so different. You guys have given me the resources I need, the food I need. And so all these recipes, it's like when you ever get sick of something to eat, you're going to get something new and make it more exciting. Like your jerk chicken. I was kind of like, all right, I'm so sick of this oven-baked chicken I've been cooking. And you posted the jerk recipe. And that's the point. My husband was like, you know what? The stuff that they're giving you, this doesn't even taste like I'm on a diet. This is like, this
doesn't taste like healthy.
So he's like, how is this healthy? I'm like, it isn't.
Yeah.
Lost weight eating it. And so
it's how we eat.
Yes.
It's kind of what,
it's just sustainable, because the chicken breasts and broccoli, sweet potato diet,
gets real.
That gets real old real fast. We've all done that.
No matter who you are.
It doesn't matter if you're the most, dedicated and, you're going to do this, you're not going to give up. Eventually you will when you try to do that. It's just it's just not sustainable long term. So there has to be options, you know, to make it taste good and to vary things. And I think you've done awesome with that.
Thank you. Yep.
Let's back up 30 notches. Where'd you go to high school?
Dakota.
So you're a Macomb girl. Okay,
Yep.
Macomb, Dakota.
There we go.
And you played what sport?
Softball, and I was a short-term volleyball until I got pissed at a tournament and I quit because I didn't get enough playing time, and that's the competitiveness in me.
So the way you described it, when I asked you what sports you played in softball, the way you described it when I was in the water with you is I was a bad bitch at softball. That's what you said.
I was a hoss. I mean, I could just nail the ball over the fence. My coach didn't have me bat in high school, which that's kind of a salty spot. But I was a pitcher and strong. I played some co-ed in my life afterwards.
There you go. There you go.
Yes.
So that led to the Disney. How'd you get to the Disney thing? Because tell people what you
kind of
do.
explain that because I think it's pretty cool. Like,
Yeah, and I'm really excited because I have a 2-year-old. So like I'm like.
So we moved out to Lake Orion. My husband and I got married, got engaged, got a house. It was kind of a whirlwind. And I was commuting to Novi from Lake Orion for work. So traffic was getting terrible. And we love to travel, which we can explain more on the travel eating. But Disney's like my passion. It's been since I was a kid. And my husband and I, when we were dating, we got annual passes and we were going like 8 times a year. And so a lot of friends and family were like, can you help me plan a trip? And wasn't really, making money on it. I was spending a lot of time. And I was like, well, how can I make this profitable? So while I was working, I started building my business, getting all the licensing, certifications. And then one day I was able to leave my full-time job and work out of my house and do something that made me really happy. And haven't looked back since.
I never knew that.
And so, yeah.
That's incredible.
I'm actually on the way to be getting this certification work on, fingers crossed. But that also kind of lit the fire in me. I'm like, if I can build something like this and succeed in that area of my life, why am I letting my fitness go? Why can't I give an hour a day to the gym? Like, what is going on here? And so that's another reason I decided to change.
That's awesome. Like for someone to have a normal job and be able to completely be done with that and do what you actually are passionate about.
Yeah.
Like that's incredible.
It's been amazing journey.
John, I'm thinking of that Tom Petty post you did on Instagram, which R.I.P. Tom Petty. It's been a crazy week. But what was that post you said? So
let's try to do the rest in peace.
I think it was, I can't remember the exact word into it, but it was like a picture of Tom Petty, a quote of his, and it said, if you want to actually just bring it up,
I will.
Because I don't want to misquote it.
Because when she said this, I was like, that's the most admirable thing, I think, is when people can do what they love and make that their
that
job.
is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
John, you said, do something you really like, and hopefully it pays the rent. As far as I'm concerned, that's success. Tom Petty.
Yeah. So I mean,
that's badass.
That's awesome.
And you just said it too. Like, a lot of people here that come to us are so successful in finance, so successful in whatever job they do. And if you just take that approach to fitness, you'll see it's the same thing. And I'm sure that when you started your new journey, it was rough at first, like leaving your job, figuring out the certifications, figuring out how to do this travel agency stuff. I mean, you just go as you go. And when it comes to fitness, I can't push a sled. You figure out how to do it. You figure out how to ride the bike, how to do the workouts, how to do nutrition. It's rough at first, but if you give it consistency, great things happen.
Yeah, and that kind of applies to the diet thing too. I think more so than the workouts, I struggled with the eating at first and kind of being disciplined. I remember vaguely, I actually had a meltdown and where I started crying my eyes out at the Tigers game because we were in a suite and it was catered with food and I wanted it so bad, but I knew I was in the ladies' night and I couldn't eat it. So I was literally bawling my eyes out at a table, but I wouldn't eat it. I had pre-ate before the game. But part of it too is just planning ahead. Like if I go to a restaurant, I go and I pull the menu up online because I want to know what I'm getting into before I get there. Mm-hmm. So if I see that there's like a baked potato soup or some pierogi platter on the menu, that I'm not getting there and getting upset. It's like, all right, I know it's there, but you're not going to get it. And just mentally preparing has been a lot of it.
I think that's a good point too, like with the restaurant thing. Like, 'cause I don't think a lot of people realize that. Like, almost every restaurant puts their full menu online, so you can look ahead and see, okay, I can eat really healthy here, or it might be tough, so I might be better off doing something else. So like, there are ways, to prepare like that.
And you said you travel a lot too right now. So how is that? Is it getting easier?
Yes. So a lot of people have actually messaged me when they've seen my success, and they're like, "You travel so much. How are you still doing this?" And I think the big thing is, and this is another excuse of mine, I always would say, well, I'm going on a trip in 3 weeks, so why start a diet now if I'm just going to eat bad on the trip? That was my attitude. So I'd be like, I'd use my vacations as an excuse, not to get in shape for vacation, but just to well, I'm just going to eat pizza tonight because I'm going on vacation anyway. So same thing with the vacations. A lot of the, I look up the menus online, or you just know in your head, like, okay, this one's got a salad with chicken and fruits and veggies in it. This is probably safe. And then I found ways to work out. Like in Vegas, the hotel that we always stay at has an awesome boot camp in the
Hell
morning.
yeah.
So I stopped drinking in Vegas. I woke up at 8 a.m. I went to boot camp there. Some people don't want to work on a vacation, and that's their prerogative, but it just made me feel better. And I think I did swing a cheat meal that night, but I'd still worked out that morning.
Yeah,
so
you
it kept my progress.
Vacation, but you still did something like that you normally do to keep that healthy lifestyle.
I mean, I'd say like 99% of hotels have gyms in them.
And that's the thing
you can just
too,
go do something. John sent me some awesome remote workouts that I've done on vacation.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be crazy. Like you can have like a set of TRX straps. Like one of my guys, John, that I work with, he travels all the time for work, and like he takes this pair of like TRX straps with them, so you can hook him up wherever he's at, and he'll do a full workout on those, And it's hard. It does the job, But
do you think that guy would have done that 2 years ago before he worked with you, John? Like this?
No.
Yeah. That's what I'm noticing with him and you. Fitness is becoming almost like addictive, but it's like you can't have your day without it.
Right. It's like I feel like something's missing when I don't come here. And my sister has been a big component. She joined your 21 day, and we're just kind of in this journey together now. Like I kind of motivated her to do something about it. She'd been a dancer in high school and was just, like I said, we were both drinking a lot and eating, and we were just like, time to get it together. And we always have this saying that Boudro is always watching. So it's kind of like an inside joke, but like if we're ready to go eat something dirty, we're like, Boudro's always watching. So you come up, even that one day we told you to come meet us on the sandbar, he's kayaking across the lake. No beer for us that day.
Yeah, I love it. You have no idea how happy that made me though. But I kayaked on this lake, and they're on this big pontoon, middle of the water. Everyone else is drinking, but they're just drinking water. They had like veggies and stuff. I'm like, holy shit, like they're actually doing it. Because the thing I know is like that little moment, you don't see any result there. But 6 months from now, like it's gonna be like, yeah, that's because you did this. You know what I mean?
That's the thing, like especially with summer, like now that summer's ending, but like a lot of people struggle during summertime because of things like that. It's like the weekend parties, like out on the lake, going to this, going to that, and like those add up. Maybe it's not every day you're doing that, but when you do that every weekend or every week, they kind of start to add up.
And I think it almost takes a toll on you physically doing those little things, John. But I also think mentally, hearing what she just said about I'm going on vacation, I'll just start then. It just delays it. So I think mentally it does even more damage.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm actually going on an 8-day cruise during the 8-week, and I really want to win this 8-week. This is like my
you
dream.
said you're gonna win this shit.
And so I had gotten a Carnival Cruise gift card for my birthday, and I was going to use it for like spa or something. And I'm like, you know what? I booked 4 personal training sessions because I wanted to lock in my times. I didn't want any excuses to me get on the cruise ship and the gym was full or anything. So I've got it. And it's just, and the eating's just going to kind of flow like I've been doing now. It just seems like routine to me.
You're a go-getter. You're a badass softball player. I mean, you're doing the job that you love. And now you're attacking this. She wants to lose 100 pounds.
Yeah, 100-pound journey. My husband said if I was 100 pounds, I'd get this purse I've been really, really wanting. So
what kind of purse?
It's a really nice Louis Vuitton, hot pink and black. That I said I wanted it, and I joked around in the I joked around in the car, and I said, if I lose 100 pounds, you buy me the purse.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, ha ha ha, you're not going to lose 100 pounds. So he's super supportive, but he didn't take me seriously. This was kind of all when everything was starting, and I'm like, oh, you want to bet? And so it's been on since then. I haven't.
Don't take it. Don't bet.
It was the first weekend I started here, and I said, "Oh, I'm joining that 4 week. This is going down." And another thing is just my.
That is awesome.
I'm very competitive, as you haven't heard. I did lose a weight loss contest once where it was at my work. My brother beat me in pounds lost because he went on a treadmill in a sweatsuit for the weigh-in. But I shouldn't say that because I don't want my competition here to do that.
we don't allow that.
And and
we highly discourage that.
I hope I've told myself I'm not going to go Kanye here if I lose because I'll be making changes regardless. But all the people in the competition that I see working hard, they're my motivation. I'm saying, well, like, is Jim MacArthur going to eat this burger? No, he's not. So I'm not eating the burger. So I'm calling you out, Jim.
Let's roll right into it, John. You ready for rapid fire?
You can start it.
Okay.
Okay, let's start off easy. The real Joe Benedict. This is top of the head.
First thing comes to your mind.
Can pineapple go on pizza?
Absolutely not. I'm a safe for it all.
Thank you.
Okay.
There we go.
John.
All right. If you could be in any 90s music group,
that's gonna be good.
who would you be?
New Edition. I am the biggest Bobby Brown fan. I met him. I love Bobby. And I don't, personal stuff aside, we don't want to talk about it. It's all in the music. So.
Wait, who is it?
I will
Bobby
say I don't
Brown.
know who that is.
Yeah.
Look up a song called Every Little Step I Take.
How's it go?
Every little step I take, you will be there. Put it on.
I never run that one.
Okay. So you did favorite 90s music group. Favorite 90s movie?
Oh, well, I guess this is technically my favorite movie of all time is 13 Going on 30, but Home Alone. Definitely the 90s.
Classic.
I went to the house in Chicago and took pictures, and then I went to the park and I ran across the pond like Kevin. They were chasing me after stealing the toothbrush. I got photos of it.
That's my wife's
pretty
favorite
epic.
too.
It's a good one.
All right, what is your favorite book?
Book. Well, I read the Teresa Giudice jail book because I never want to go to jail. So it was some inspiration and not get arrested.
Okay, well, there we go.
What? Oh, okay. What 3 words describe you best?
Loud. Some people say I'm funny.
I'd say
I
that.
would agree with that.
It used to be fat, but I don't want that anymore.
People
So
say
now we're
that,
going to go
actually.
with shredded in a few more pounds.
Hell
There we
yeah.
go.
I like it. I like it. All right, favorite quote?
I like sweat is fat crying and no negotiation. Like no negotiation. My friend Brad kind of coined that one and stuck ever since. Like
I'm sorry,
this
using that with my wife.
no negotiation. Like you
Good
got
luck
this
to you.
workout.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
I actually wanted to be an author.
Hmm.
I won a 5th grade speech contest
Ooh.
and
How'd that
did
go?
not become an author.
No.
5th grade speech contest.
It was all about Ann M. Martin that wrote the Babysitters Club books. And I got to go to the districts, and my principal and my teacher took me to McDonald's for lunch. It was like the best day of my life.
There we go.
No negotiation. We went to
There we go.
McDonald's.
John, go ahead.
All right, do you have your phone on you?
Yes.
Pull it up.
All right, hang on.
Then go to your keyboard.
Okay.
Bring up your emojis.
Okay. Okay.
So the left column down,
Okay.
going down. Read off the 5 down. These are the most frequently used.
The laughing face with the crying, the smiley face, the I'm in pain, like what the hell face, the blushfully smiling, like thank you, and that demon eye crying, looking like ha 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 ha.
Sounds a lot like a fitness journey.
There we go. There we
Yes.
Okay. What is your hidden talent no one knows about?
Hidden talent. I've been known to be a mean slot machine player. Had a few hand pays in my career.
go. There we go. How much?
Hand pays anything over 1,200. They've
You won 1,200 on a slot machine?
done it
Like one?
I think I'm up to 6 hand pays. They come and you put your hand out and they pay you 100,
12 over
Like-
how much?
You get 1,200. The most I've won is $5,000 once. That was amazing. I was on cloud 9. I
No
like to play
kidding.
slots. It's kind of like my little like guilty pleasure fun activity.
Don't want to steal your thunder, but some hidden fact about me. My grandma, when I was in 4th grade, won $1 million
What?
on a penny slot machine.
On
in
penny
Las Vegas.
slot?
Holy! So what'd she do for you?
Nothing. No, actually, it was all right. Kind of stealing a story.
Oh no, go for it. This
I
is
was
awesome.
in college at Michigan State, and she saved money for us because all the nieces and nephews, and after like the taxes and stuff, because my grandpa got cancer right after they won that, so like money and all that stuff. But I was at Michigan State. I had to pay $1,000 exactly for this credit. It was summertime. My dad wouldn't pay any money. I had no money, so I was like trying to get a credit card, and I had like 24 hours to do it. I get a credit card, and they're like, "Oh, we don't take MasterCard." I'm like, and this is like one day to go, and my grandma calls me up. She's like, "Hey, just want to let you know I put $1,000 in your bank account." Like that day, I was like, "Holy crap!"
That's awesome.
That's what I got.
Shout out to Grandma. Is it Boudro?
Grandma Boudro.
Grandma Boudro.
John, you got it?
That's all that I had.
What can you leave the fans with who's watching this out there and they are thinking about starting a fitness program, but they're scared? What can Jill Benedict, the 100-pound weight loss chick, tell them?
Not yet, but when I hit 100, 35. So I would say just go outside your comfort zone and find a place that you love. Like I've worked at places, and I used to work at it in Royal Oak. I love that place. It's not open anymore. But when I moved out here, I had to find somewhere that really kind of gave me the drive. And I tried some places, and I just like wasn't motivated. This place feels like family to me. it's like, I get ragged on by like people that don't go here because they're like, Natalie, Jill, stop talking about this place. Like, and then we're like, you don't get it. But like so-and-so today. And like the social media presence, even just like having something to check and look forward to. I look forward to going to the gym, and I never thought I'd say that in my whole life. Like I said, I feel like it's missing when I don't go. So I could just find somewhere you love and go for it and chase it. And I got my Chase It necklace on.
Chase It.
Thanks, Heather Fox Jones. Hit her up on
says,
Facebook. I bought it from her. It says Chase It on
it actually says Chase It. No way.
So if I ever want to eat bad food, I wear the necklace, and I'm like, okay, that's another reminder. Chase it.
That's awesome.
This is
So,
awesome.
yep.
Well, thank you, Joe.
Yes, thank you. We will put the show notes in here. We're definitely going to add, if you allow us to, we're going to add your Snapchat name. Just funny stories about your neighbor running to the garage door.
All right.
Can you tell us about that quick?
Which one?
The Snapchat the other day. Something.
The person who like drove through there.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Get in touch with me in the lobby of this office. I want to hear this.
I recommend you ask the story.
All right, guys.
Sounds good.
See you next week. Chase it.